in leadership, follow the system. Is it's very
Yes.
simple to make your life a lot easier in network
Yes.
marketing, right? So awesome.
Yes.
Do you have any last tips for anybody that maybe is a field trainer looking to go senior field trainer before you wrap up?
Yes. If you are a field trainer and you want to make it to a senior field trainer, stay close to your mentor and stay close to the fire, which is the webinars. It is extremely important that we be consistent. We staying in compliance and posting on a regular basis, because success love consistency and success love direction. So if you're posting on Facebook every day, your audience wants to know how serious you are. So you might want to put yourself on an alarm and just to make sure. And also listen to your upliners. They cannot lead you wrong. Okay. And duplicate everything that they ask you to do. Okay. Sometimes they could be hard on you, like tough love, but it's all for the benefits of what you're going to train your agents, your new agents. So I would advise anyone that's a field trainer to take notes, stay close to the webinar, and listen to your mentors, and just follow compliance.
I love it. What area are you out of?
Uh, Out of state.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All good.
Yes.
All right. Well, awesome. Well, that's good advice, because we talk about stay close to the fire, right?
Yes.
And you stay close to the fire, you get hot, you get warm. Even if you
That's right.
don't catch fire as fast as you like, if you stick around, you stay plugged in, stay close to your leadership, you will get momentum. You'll figure it
Yes.
out. Okay. So thank you for those tips, and thanks for coming on and sharing your story as well.
Thank you.
All right, awesome. So now we're going to go out to one more testimonial in Brooklyn. So shout out New York, shout out Brooklyn. And we're going to feature a sales director. So we're going to go up to the third promotion in the compensation plan. And this is super important. I hope you guys are catching on. What we're doing right now, this is what we call the roadmap to sales director. If you're brand new, the first thing you want to do is go field trainer, and then help 2 to 3 people go field trainer, and you'll get a second promotion. Help 2 or 3 more get to field trainer, you'll get to, of course, sales director. And so duplicating field trainers, creating what we call a field trainer factory, naturally you will become a sales director. And guess what we found out? Field trainers create sales directors, and then more sales directors in your team create vice presidents. That's the flow. And so you're getting a chance to hear from people on all 3 levels of the foundation that builds a large organization. So out in Brooklyn, New York, I have had a chance to, actually spend some time and hang out with this next individual. She's flown out to Vegas, Cali. I mean, just really hungry to get around the leadership, and has been coachable, has been, really great, gaining momentum. And so help me welcome on baby Suriel as a new sales director. Are you on with us?
Hey, Billy, thank you so much. As you can see, I'm a little nervous here.
It's all good. It's all good. I see you growing. Your business is growing. See you popping up on my TikTok every couple days. You know what I'm saying?
I actually hit 6.0 million views on that video.
Wow. So look, you can share that. So I want to pass it to you. What's your background? And tell us the journey so far in FES.
All right. So what can I say? Before this, I was actually doing Postmates, trying to make money somehow. I was always, I did Postmates, Caviar, DoorDash. I was making my money. So Ilham's brother, Muhammad, introduced me to this. And, I was a little skeptical at first, but once he told me there was like a 1099, I was like, okay, so it must be legit. I got in. He helped me the first few weeks trying to get my 5, the power of 5. I ended up getting my 5 customers. What else can I say? After that, sometimes it gets like, for me, it was a little hard to try to get people because nobody, trusts me. Family, they always doubt you. But I didn't quit because Muhammad told me, don't quit. Don't worry, it's going to get better. And what happened was it got better for me. And now I'm here, a sales director, trying to make it. And about the company, what I could say is that I love it. I love the structure. I'm always listening to you, Billy. Just the other day, you was mentioning about doing presentations. And now I'm actually trying to learn how to do presentations so that way I can grow my business. Because you said once you start doing it yourself and people see that it's you, you'll end up growing faster. And so that's what I'm trying to do now, Billy. I don't know what else to say.
Sorry, I was muted out. Man, so first of all, DoorDash just left my house not too long ago. Don't judge me. But what I'm saying that to say, how many of you come across people who do DoorDash or any of these other delivery, whether it's food delivery or ride sharing, and you're not talking to them, right? Some of you got DoorDash this week as well, and that could have been your next sales director, next vice president, but you didn't even expose them. See, I think some of us are so locked in on getting our leads online that our next vice presidents are walking by us on a daily basis. You got to be efficient offline and online. Make a habit of making new friends. That's what leaders are good at. We're good at networking. We're good at making new friends, right? And so you always want to, I don't let anybody come to my house. I don't care if you come in for food delivery, you trying to sell me solar, it don't matter, pest control. I get all kinds of people coming to my house. They all get exposed. I'll compliment them. I'll let them know that, hey, I got a project I'm working on that's actually helping people that do what you do. They say, well, really, what is it? Well, we're helping people like you earn extra income. We found out you guys are ambitious, and I can't go into it more right now. I got to get back into this meeting. Let's exchange information. I'll definitely fill you in. And I get their information, or we'll connect on social media, and they kind of get a little bit of the presence on social media, but they're going to get some information. You got to expose everybody, okay? You never know where your next vice president will come from. I'm sorry, that was a whole training. All right, so thank you for, again, sharing your story. Did you have any tips on just your journey? One, on TikTok, did you have any tips on TikTok? And then also any tips on anybody looking to get to sales director?
Well, as Michelle Miller, I think her name is, Michelle. As she said, you always got to use the hashtags. You got to use the FYP always hashtag, because people see that. And that's how I ended up blowing up on TikTok, actually. And now every day I got views, even through, I get leads, I got text messages. People found me on Facebook. I don't know how. I already have 5,000 friends on there. Instagram. What else can I say? What is FES? I have 397 leads that I have not followed up yet because of my text messages. All I can say, guys, is just use the hashtags, make videos. Even if you don't feel confident about yourself, just do it. Forget what anybody has to say. I have people who done negative comments on my thing, and I do not care. I actually just blew up because of those negative comments. Like, people kept forwarding it to other people, and that's how I ended up blowing up.
Yeah, you definitely gonna have trolls anywhere on social media. I'll quote the famous philosopher Tory Lanez. He said, "We both be making M's, but you be making memes. I be making millions." He said it sounded better on the song, but we'll be laughing to the bank. It's okay. Let them do what they do. You're the one I bet you everybody who's trolling got less than 50 followers. That's what I noticed on TikTok.
Yeah, they do. I
let them do what and that's why, because they're negative and they like to bring people down, right? I found out it's 2 ways to build the largest building in town. You either build your own or tear everybody else's down. And the trollers are the one, that's what they're focused on. So you're the one with 6 million views on the video, not them. You keep doing what you're doing, and we'll see you at vice president and beyond. Definitely excited for you. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you, Billy, and thank you to Ilham and Muhammad. Definitely John Delgado. He's been killing it this week. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Yep. Shout out to the whole leadership team. Yeah. Man, congrats on everything. And I want to give a couple of tips, and then we'll go ahead and bring on our 2 trainers tonight. How many of you are already getting value just from the success stories? Guys, I'm telling you, this is why we do this, just to hear the real deal journey from people and how they got to where they are so far on their way up to the top. We don't want to wait for you to hear, for them to be 6-figure earners, and then they got to go back, and then you weren't there to see it. No, we want you to witness and observe their journey. Okay. All right. So one thing I just want to share is just some tips on going field trainer. Field trainer, a couple of things. One thing that happens with field trainer is not only is it the foundation of your business, but the faster you go field trainer, you set that as the new tone for your organization. That makes sense? And so I'm gonna give some tips. If you're type of 1 in the chat, if you're not field trainer yet, you haven't gotten your first promotion yet, type of 1 in the chat. All right. So write this down. I'm gonna give you guys all some tips right now that can, I want to put you in the right mindset before you get this training, because the training you're gonna get is gonna help you get there as well. But I want to give you some of the mindset of why it's important to get it done. So the first thing is, yes, one thing about network marketing or creating success in general is that you have to believe, you know, it's kind of like expect the best, prepare for the worst kind of mindset. So what I mean by that is you want to go for field trainer in the next 3 to 7 days. And that's all you're focused on. Have faith that it's going to happen. But at the same time, if it doesn't happen, it's okay. Does that make sense? So like somebody's like, man, it took me 8 days. I gotta quit. I'm a failure. No, it doesn't work like that, okay? So the reason why this is important is because how fast you go field trainer sets a standard for your organization and the expectations of the people who join your team. So do you want a culture of people in a field trainer factory of people who go field trainer in a month? Or do you want a culture of people who just knock it out, they get started, you got a rhythm, you got a system, right? Basically just duplicating the same steps in the same system that your support team gave you, and you follow those steps to help other people do it fast. So what happens is when you do it fast, they do it fast. When you do it slow, you take 1 month, you'll get some people say, okay, cool. If you did it in 1 month, I think I could do it in 2 months. Next thing you know, people's like, I think by 2022, I'll knock out field trainer. Let's make it happen. No, like you got speed. Success loves speed. So the first thing I want to tell you is if you've been around more than a week or a month or more, and you haven't went field trainer and you're thinking, well, it's too late for me. I've already passed that first week, but I'm not a field trainer. It's okay. I'm gonna give you some ammunition for that too. I found out all agents have 2 start dates: the day you signed up and then the day you actually started following the system. So if you haven't went field trainer yet, today is your first day. So we want to get you to field trainer in the next 3 to 7 days. And now when you go field trainer, even if you've been in 2 months and somebody asks you, how long did it take you? You don't say 2 months and 7 days. You say, hey, I signed up at, I signed up on 1 day, but from the day I actually got started, it only took me 7 days to go field trainer. Woo! I love it because that sets the tone. Not only for your agents joining your organization, okay? But even for your prospects, you get to share that story. When they say, how's it going for you? Look, the answer is always incredible. I don't care if you didn't get promoted, didn't get paid. The answer is always incredible. They ask you, how's it going? Incredible, right? It's incredible. None of my guests showed up this week to my Zooms, right? You don't have to tell them why it's incredible. You just gotta, just let them know it's incredible. 17 people flaked on me and said next Friday, can't reach any of them. Don't tell them why it's incredible, but you got to have an attitude. People are always looking to join things that are giving them something they're not getting. Like most people, if you ask them how's things at work, they can't say it's incredible. So for you to be doing something to be able to say it's incredible, they already like that alone. So always have a good attitude. You're always recruiting. It's incredible, right? Okay, great. So now when they ask you how's it going, now you can let them know, man, it's incredible. I got started, I signed up in the business. I didn't really get started. I didn't get going until a week ago, right? Or 2 weeks, however, right? And I got my first promotion after a week of following the system that the company has in place. You got to, you know what I mean? You got to take a look. So that's how you want to approach leaving off of this VP University tonight. Now, how do you go field trainer in 3 to 7 days? It's based on following the system, which we call PS3. And then number 2, talking to enough people. Here's the scale. Here's a nugget for you guys. I found this out. The less influence you have, the more people you're going to have to talk to. Okay. So what does that mean? What that means is PS3 is peak interest, share info, and then bring in third party. And third party could be third party tool and also a third party person. Okay. So as far as the peaking interest, that is the most important part for you. In other words, the script and the approach that you use is to get them interested enough to either see the information or to talk to somebody that has more success than you. So you want to make sure you get with your support team and find out what scripts and approaches are they using that are getting the best results. That makes sense? And what we found is when you get 20 to 25 people to see a presentation, you should have at least 5 of them ready to get started. That should get you promoted, paid, and get your services for free. 20 to 25 people see the information, which means you're going to need a list of 100 plus people. That makes sense? So 20 to 25 exposures on average. Now, some of you have enough influence. You might talk to 10 people and get 5 in because of your influence. But some of us might have to talk to 20, 30, 40 people based on less influence. You guys see that? So if you're wondering why, man, I talked to some people, I talked to everybody, nobody signed up yet, but everybody, I'm like, okay, how many people is everybody? Like 7, okay, that's not everybody. You guys see what's going on? Be careful of falling into this disillusion that you've done more work than you should have. What it is you talk to the 7 people you just knew were gonna get started and they said no, so now you're questioning your whole future. That's what it really was. You didn't talk to everybody, you just talked to everybody that you just knew was gonna get started, right? And guess what I found out? If those 7 people that you just knew was going to get started, your best friend, spouse, all right, like, and they didn't join yet, what I found out is no just means not now. And it's not that you can't become successful. You just might not be successful with those people. But if you keep going, keep sorting, professionals sort while amateurs convince, we just keep sorting, working the numbers, you'll find the people who are looking for you. You'll get started, get paid, get promoted. And because you kept going and kept having success, some of those original 7 people will start to creep their ways back in. All right, that's all I wanted to say. With that said, let me bring on the first trainer tonight who, again, this guy is, just really somebody who's really been committed to helping people win. You heard one success story under his leadership, but there's so many people that have gained wisdom and great coaching and knowledge and training from this gentleman who aren't even in his organization. This gentleman is a regional vice president. That was a powerful story before this company. Found this is the vehicle to take things to the next level and has done exactly that. If you don't know what an RVP is, that means your business is doing at least $250,000 a month or more in sales, okay? To $499,000 a month in sales, right? And so definitely a top income earner in the company, but his background was a life coach. And so when it comes to teaching the business. See, Jim Rohn said, teaching is how the business works, right? Training is how the business works, but teaching is how life works. And this gentleman is great at both. And so just being somebody that you want to take absolute notes on for your strategy leaving off of here tonight to close out 2020 strong. Help me welcome on Regional Vice President, Coach Kevin Blake. Are you on with us?
Yes, Billy. Can you hear me and see me,
Yes,
sir?
Sure can. Welcome on.
Man, thank you. Thank you, Billy. Man, I just wrote what you just said. You said professionals sort, amateurs convince. And that's a powerful, powerful statement. I hope you guys took copious notes from Mr. Billy Scott. We got to really understand this gentleman is committed not only to helping you get to the next level, but committed to getting himself to the next level by staying sharp. Billy, guys, if you don't know, he's an incredible executive vice president, knocking on the door of senior vice president, multiple R&R Club member, guys, national trainer. So definitely, Billy, I got to give it back to you, man, because it's leaders like you that literally paved the way for the little guys like me. So thank you so very much, Mr. Billy Scott.
Yes, sir.
Wow, guys. So, man, see, and that should be the first lesson, right? Taking notes. Never be too big to do the small things. You guys heard from Amanda. Her mindset is on point. She's ready to do whatever. And you guys heard from Laurencia. See, I'm gonna tell you guys a secret. Laurencia's gonna get mad at me later, but I like to keep it 100. Can I keep it 100? If you guys want me to keep it 100, put 100 inside the chat. Let me see the 100. Put the 100. Put the 100. So I'm gonna keep it 100. So Laurencia's son signed up, sat down with one of our powerful leaders, Miss Tammy Peak Williams. Tammy did what she did, showed him the vision. He did what some millennials do. He left the bag, right? He just left the bag right on the floor. And Laurencia is not in the country, but I want y'all to understand that. How is she running this business not being in the country? Well, guys, her son decided to leave the bag on the floor, but she picked it up, right? So she's running this business from Haiti. Think about this, guys. She's plugging into the trainings. She's doing whatever it takes. She's plugging into VP University. And here's why I started off like that, because some of us make too much excuses. Some of us have too many options, right? She don't have any options. And this lady's a business owner, right? She invested 40,000, 20 plus years ago with her husband to start their business. And some of you are crying about 288, bro. 288? Come on, man. We got to take this super, super seriously, man. And when you get a chance to hear her, she's senior field trainer knocking on the door of sales director, guys. She's not even in the country. Now she's running it through her son. All right. So we go legally, she can do that because she's running it through her son. But I want you guys to understand her mindset. She's not stopping. Right. So guys, so we're not complete strangers. Those of you who don't know me, my name is Coach Kev, regional vice president with this amazing company. I was introduced to this by top producing senior regional vice president, Mr. Bruce Lee Rochester, also Pinnacle senior vice president, Mr. Alfred Nixon. I think these guys tag team me. And, Bruce didn't know that I had challenges with my credit. And then also, he didn't know I got disrespected at my job. If you've ever been disrespected at your job, put me inside the chat. I was too scared to quit. My wife wouldn't let me quit, and I have bills, right? So I got disrespected at my job. We had a sales contest at my job. I ended up winning. Still got the TV till this day. The TV do more of watching me, right? Because we grinding. They ended up capping my pay. Now I was pissed because I was confused. I didn't know why they was bringing me inside the office. I'm like, what? So I went inside my car and I gave God one of those angry prayers. Anybody know what I'm talking about? If you ever gave God an angry prayer and he showed up and showed out, put amen inside of the chat. And before you know it, guys, I locked arm with Mr. Bruce Lee Rochester. I quit my job in 90 days, right? But I didn't tell you when I went to Alfred's condo, you know, my wife told me not to do it. My brother told me not to do it. My mom, everybody told me no, but God said yes. And what happened, right? I decided to take this seriously. My wife committed with me. Our entire team committed with us. And guys, the rest is history. But I want to give you some of the meat in between because there was a lot of ups and a lot of downs. And I want you guys to understand success is not for the chosen few, but for the few who choose. You got to decide to be the one. So I started studying all of the greats, Miss Alyssa Barnes, Mr. Billy D. Scott, of course, Mr. Alfred Nixon, Mr. Ashton Henry, Lakeisha Marion, every single leader you can think about, Johnny Newsom, right? Tony Camarelli, right? All of the greats, I decided to study them to figure out what they were doing. And they all had one thing in common. They decided to be the one. Right. So you got to do that. Let me go ahead and share my screen. And then Billy, let me know once I get it up, if you can see it really, really quick.
Yes, sir. We can see it.
All right. Perfect. Perfect, man. I appreciate that. So let's dig right into it. So guys, guess which one of these handsome young debonair young men is me? Put inside the chat which one you think is me. Guys, you know, this is myself, obviously, and my three brothers. My mom had 4 boys, right? So we got a lot of beatings, right? Jamaican moms, you know, and if you guess the kid right here with the plaid shirt, that was me. Guys, I'm always excited, always happy. Even when I was a kid, I was happy in the midst of challenges, right? Because I knew that whatever you think about, right? As I got to get older, whatever you think about, you start to create. And I learned that living in a shelter with my mom, right? And my brothers, in the shelter, she was positive and I didn't get it. And she laid out all these goals that she was going to do. And I said, man, this lady crazy. We in the shelter talking about she going to get a house. We going to get a car. We going to get and all of that started to happen, but she had it written down and she committed to it. Right. Guys, this is me, man. So I was not always Coach Kev. I was not always empowering and motivating. I was this guy. Look at this guy, right? You guys would be excited about your time. I used to have pullouts, and those of you who are a little older, you know what I used to call them play laws, right? You see the little dreads, right? I always loved jury. But think about that, guys. A lot of personal development helped me in this industry, right? So And these photos are funny. This is back when I was working with Mr. Bruce Lee Rochester at the call center. And I went to the supervisor every day for 3 years asking to be a supervisor. And they said, nope, Nope, because I went to work looking like this, right? I wasn't ready to grow. I wasn't ready to get to the next level. And then guys, I asked my supervisor, I asked him one thing. I said, what do I need to do? He just gave me simple instructions. See, goes back to what Amanda talked about, what Laurencia talked about, being coachable, right? So he just said, Kev, you got to cut your hair. You got to wear a belt. You got to come to work on time. You got to make sure you are acting just like a supervisor before it comes. And that's exactly what I did, guys. I cut my hair, right? I committed to, I wore a belt. I went to work early, right? I stayed late. I did all the things I had to do to be able to show him that I was serious about getting my life to the next level, because I wasn't too much excited about the money. I was excited on what I was going to become on that journey. And when it was an opportunity for me to go to an area where no one spoke English, in Doral, right? Deep in Miami, to have a management position at the age of 22. And that's when leadership, motivational speaking, I had to empower my employees. They're in their 30s, 40s, 50s. They were double my age. And I had to figure out, how can I empower them without no degree, without no tangible. The only other things I had besides, motivation was results. I used to get a lot of customers. I used to always lead by example. And that's the same type of attributes that I brought to this company. But guys, when I first started, not everybody signed up. I was like, man, everybody's going to sign up. I'm Coach Kev. This is going to be too easy. Well, I ran into a roadblock and I decided to remain coachable. But one of the things I did, I started to understand what industry that we in, guys. You got to understand that FES is the best in the business. See, some of us are in FES and we're treating this like it's a like it's a little bubblegum machine. We're treating this like it's still a job. Some of you are still working at your job, and it's hard for you to shift over to a business mindset. But you got to understand, this industry that we're in, billions of dollars are generated. I don't care if you're talking about the movie industry, the music industry, national sports industry. We are in the best game ever. Now, I can't ball on the basketball court anymore, but if we go to the bank, we got a different MBA. And we're going to show you guys everything that you need to get these things. Now, even when you start to generate the revenue, guys, you still have to have the right mindset to build, right? You still have to continue to be a student of the game. Now, this one slide, guys, I'm going to take you somewhere. If you are building your business, but you keep thinking about the people that didn't sign up, the people that didn't go field trainer, when you didn't hit your promotion, you missed the opportunity to promote the webinar. If you're that individual, put past inside of the chat. Go ahead and put past inside of the chat. And I want you to understand something. That is somewhat normal, but you got to graduate from that point. You got to get to that next level, right? So we can move you there, but you got to be a part of your own rescue. Right? So stop thinking about the past. Stop thinking about challenges. Stop thinking about what didn't go right. You heard what Billy said. You got to start speaking things to existence. That's the only way it's going to manifest. But you got to put in that work. Now, what about the present, right? Right now, you're in a moment and, you're thinking about what you're going to do. You're thinking about what's happening in your life. Maybe you just started. Maybe you're afraid. Maybe you don't know what you're going to do next week. Maybe you don't know how you're going to get promoted. Guys, those of you who are plugged into this training consistently, I promise you, your future self is going to be very proud of you and excited that you decided to be coachable, right? So understand where you are is not where you're going to stay. You got to borrow from your future, right? You have to. When I was in this little small room at my mother-in-law's house with my wife and my 2 kids, that was the toughest moment of my life, but I borrowed from my future. I kept envisioning where I was going to go. I kept seeing myself. I kept seeing Alfred. I kept seeing Bruce. I kept seeing Ashton. I kept seeing Lakeisha Marin. I kept seeing Nicola Smith. I kept seeing all these people, and I started focusing on my future. Guys, this is where you are right now. You got to study these leaders, man. They're going to help you, but you got to be a part of your own rescue. Now, remember, in entrepreneurship, it's going to go up, it's going to go down. So this may be you. One day you signed up, you're excited. You're like, man, Coach Kev, I'm about to tear this up. 5 people tell you no, you're like, this is hard. You're looking like this emoji. Oh man, this is so tough. No, you want to know what's tough? Roofing. That's tough. You want to know what's tough? Being a mechanic. That's tough. You want to know what's tough? Going to an office, training employees, right? And they're starting off with more money than you did. That's tough, right? And then you're going to go up, right? You're going to say, man, this is working. I'm field trainer. I'm excited. Boom, boom, boom. And then you do a testimony and you mess up. And you're like, man, it's so tough, man. What am I going to do, man? And then you, boom, you help somebody else go field trainer, right? And you say, man, this is great. I love this. This is just an amazing company, man. I'm going pinnacle. I'm going to the top of this company. And then boom, 3 people or 1 person on your team fall out. You're like, oh Lord, what am I going to do? FES, they're going to go bankrupt. This $89 is going to tear my account up. And then you start to get better. And then you start to sign people up. And you say, okay, I'm doing good again. This is what I'm talking about. Everything is happening good, man. I'm on fire. I'm a LeBron James, 4th quarter. And then guess what happened? Somebody in your family tell you no. Somebody on your post tell you this is a scam. Somebody tell you you're not going to do it. You started another business again, another network market. You're trying this again. And then boom, you sign somebody up, somebody who you spoke to weeks ago, months ago. They followed up with you. And then you back on the high. You like, man, this business is amazing. So what am I saying with this? Guys, you're going to go up. You're going to go down. Control your emotions. It's okay. It's normal for it to go up and for it to go down. But you got to be okay. Just know if you gradually look, each emoji, right, it's gradually going up, just like the stock market, right? So you want to make sure you're doing everything you can to keep yourself in check. And how are you going to do that? Personal development, investing into Jim Rohn, investing into understanding who Eric Worre is, right? Investing time every single day, every single week into getting better, right? A lot of people are working on your physical muscle. Here's a mental muscle you got to work on. And trust me, by the time you get hit by Mike Tyson, right, you're going to realize that you need to stay close to the fire. Now, this gentleman here, guys, we all know who he is, top producing senior regional vice president, Mr. Bruce Lee Rochester. Now, I'm going to go in some of the things that I got a chance to do think about this. We was ESD in February. How do we go to RVP? What do we do? Well, I went with Bruce and I said, Bruce, I'm going to the next level. He's all right, man, what's up? Let's do it. And we committed. I start setting up PBRs. Now, some of you don't even know what a PBR is, right? That stands for private business reception. See, we used to go in living rooms, right? Some of you are afraid to do presentations or even invite to a webinar. We used to do this in person. And then we'll leave this meeting and then go to another meeting and do another presentation. And my mentor was right there with me. When we was having challenges, we went to PBR. Bruce killed it. No one signed up. Guess what we did? Booked another meeting. See, because we understand it's going to go up and it's going to go down. So you want to be on the side where you have a growth mindset. You want to take risk. You want to be a positive thinker. You want to get feedback. Bruce used to give me feedback, right? Bruce would be like, bro, when you do your testimony, 2 minutes, just stick to the script. And I had to be coachable. Now think about this. I was Bruce's supervisor at the call center, but that has nothing to do with the price of cotton in Georgia. I have to be coachable. This is my mentor in this game we call FES. So I had to take all of my knowledge and throw it away. Forget Coach Care, forget who that is. I am an agent and I had to be a student of the game, right? I took challenges head on, right? What are some of the challenges? I remember wanting to present at one of the local events, and I was just a RSD. And, you know, a few of the people was like, nah, man, you know, you got to wait till you get vice president. I said, but I could do it. Nah, man, you got to, y'all mentors are asking you guys to do webinars. I was asking to do a presentation in front of everybody in person on stage. Was I scared? Yeah. But guys, at the end of the day, I still did whatever I had to do to take that risk, right? So you want to take challenges head on because that's where the growth is going to come in, right? Be patient with yourself. Some of us get inside the business and they say, why am I not SD anymore or yet? Why am I not RVP yet? Why am I not Pinnacle yet? Well, you still got to continue to learn. Just be patient with yourself. That's what I do. You got to be patient with. You think I'm saying right now, why am I not Pinnacle? I'm not ready, because I'm going to tell you right now, if Alfred Nixon take his whole organization and say, you know what, run my organization for 30 days, I promise you, you're going to lose that title, because you don't have the mindset, you don't have the knowledge, you don't have the wisdom. You haven't gotten a chance to understand where he started from and where he is. He learned a lot. He's going to continue to learn a lot, right? Never stop learning. And stay away from fixed mindset. People that are fearing failure. Man, I run towards, I eat fear alive. Think about fear. Fear and faith. Those are two things you can't see. You can't see faith, you can't see fear, but you got to operate in it, right? Give up tasks that make you, you don't want to do it because it's too difficult, right? You don't want to promote the webinar because, too many people told you no last week. It doesn't, you can't give up on that. We got to keep going. You ignore feedback. Every time your mentor is telling you something, it may not be the way you want to hear it. And I'm a coach, guys. Sometimes when I talk to my team, they're like, man, coach, man, you giving that tough love. I'm telling you what you got to hear. You should have heard this when you was like 10 years old, but I got to give it to you straight because I'm not a librarian, right? I became successful giving it to people straight. And that's the reason why we want to close out this entire year with a bang. Guys, 2021 already started. Some of you guys think 2021 coming in a couple of weeks. It started already. And you got to position yourself because tax season coming. And if you don't position yourself, man, you're gonna be mad. Avoid challenges, jealous, negative, right? I stay away from negative people. Sometimes people are so negative, they develop in the dark, right? Just like film. And I stay away from those people. And I promise you, and if you're not super positive right now, if you just invest into personal development every single week, every single day, your future self gonna be proud of you, man. So what did I do to go ESD in February to RVP in June? Well, think about it. April, we hit level 1 R&R club. I said to myself, man, since I may not hit the vice president, I'm going level 1 R&R club. Wrote that down, right? Then May, we hit vice president. Now between that, guys, we was on run. So I had to actually stay away from signing so many people up under me. See, sometimes, guys, we got to take a step back to take 5 steps forward, right? So I decided to position myself to help my team so I can make sure they get promoted. And by me helping them get promoted, we hit RVP. Some of y'all will get that on the way home. October, we hit level 2 R&R club. Now we're in a mode of focusing on helping our team, right? Now, some of you guys, you got to burn your boat. We already burned our ships a long time ago. Some of the things that we did webinars almost every single day. PBRs, again, private business reception every single week. I committed to all the trainings. I had a family meeting. Guys, have a family meeting. I had my wife, my 2 kids, put them around the table. I said, I'm going to be here, but I'm not going to be here. I told my son, don't call me in the kitchen to come get you your Fruity Pebbles. I need you to go grab a chair. You need to get that by yourself, right? I told my daughter, you need to do whatever you can do without me. I told my wife, make any decisions that you can make without me. Thank God I have a supportive family, right? And my wife committed, my kids committed. And then after the family meeting and we hit these titles, I rewarded the entire family. And that's what we got to do. I gave my kids cash, fellas. Don't, I want to give you fellas a tip. Don't continue to buy your wife and your girl all these materialistic things. I give my wife stocks, right? We want that money to keep growing, so to speak, right? Personal development every single day. I committed to out recruiting my team. Trial runs, right? If you don't know what a trial run is, get back with your mentor and you got to master a trial run. We did 3 to 5 trial runs, sometimes a day. It was overwhelming. But I was so committed to my goals. I mastered inviting and presenting. See, you got to master these skills because somebody invited you to VP University. Somebody invited you to the business. Somebody invited you to a baby shower. Somebody invited you to a party, right? So you got to master inviting and presenting. Guys, the person that's presenting in the front of the room make the most money. I learned that years ago when I got into network marketing. I also committed to reviewing my title requirement weekly. Every single week, I review it to see who on my team needs what so I could commit to helping them. And sometimes, guys, you got to help these people, man. Don't just sign them up and think they're going to know what to do. They're coming from an employee mindset, trying to build a business. And some of us sign them up, put 2 customers under them, get the cab bonus, and then let them fend for themselves. We can't do that because that's going to catch up with you. And also Follow Up Friday. Here's what I love about Follow Up Friday. We follow up with results. I'm about to give you a nugget. You ready? Watch this. So the next customer that you get or agent that you announce on your page or in your group, take a screenshot of it, obviously crop out the person's personal information. We got to take care of the privacy. And then you're going to text this same image to a prospect and say, man, another customer just signed up, man. I can't wait to start helping you fix your credit. Man, another person just signed up to basically start making money from home. I got a brand new agent. I can't wait to start helping you make money from home. You send them that message with the image and you move on. It's like dripping on them. And I continue to do that. Guys, that's a major nugget. Do this every single time. You maybe say, well, Coach Kev, I don't have a customer yet. Okay, now you're going to leverage somebody else's customer, but this is how you're going to do it because you got to be in integrity. You're going to say, listen, another person just enrolled on our protection plan. Our company is amazing. I can't wait to start helping you. Let's say you haven't gotten an agent. Another agent just joined our organization. Take the screenshot, send it to them. I can't wait to make you a part of our team. Guys, anybody can do this. Remember, I told you that's growth mindset. Well, I'm not going to look at it and say, man, I don't have any customers or agents. That's a challenge. We move through those. I just gave you a solution. We committed to training. This is me and Dunkin' Donuts. Obviously, we're not doing Dunkin' Donuts now, but Bruce and I committed to trainings. It was myself, Joshny, Mr. Evan Rose. We committed to trainings every single week, right? This is me launching individuals. So when you guys hear people say, oh, is this real? Well, this is a sheriff that I'm launching, and you guys can't out-research him. He was very skeptical. And this right here, this gentleman here, Mr. Jay Williford, he moved from Philly to Miami. And as you guys can see, he representing the Philadelphia Eagles. How about them Dolphins, right? But think about what he did. He came here knowing no one, but he still made a list. And we were committed. So you got to be a part of your own rescue. And we committed to trainings. And this right here, if you guys see me with the little red plaid shirt, I'm going to share something with you. This is why I love Bruce Lee Rochester. I said, Bruce, we need to train these people. We need to commit to training because we didn't have trainings all the time. We had the Super Saturdays. I said, Bruce, I need you to pay for this room. Bruce paid for the training every single week, guys, at the hotel. And I committed myself there. I was there early because I was treating Bruce money like it was mine. That was a shot that I needed to train our team. And you want to do whatever it takes. And I don't care if we train them in Dunkin' Donuts or in the hotel. We committed to helping our team. And then here you go, guys. Moving down and up the ranks, they decided to let me get one shot of presenting on stage. Guys, the rest is history. But what did I do to be ready? See, some of us say we're ready, but you're not ready. But if you're ready and you always ready, you never got to get ready. When Joshny said, Coach, I need you to present, I'm ready, mic me up. I found that out the day when I came to the event. But every time I went to the event, I was ready, right? Now, I need you guys to remember to say this to yourself. I am a field trainer. I am already a sales director. I'm already a vice president. I'm already executive vice president, Pinnacle senior vice president. You already are an our club member. Now, some of you are looking at yourself, man, Coach Kev, I don't know if I could do that. You may think you're a kitten, but I promise you, you're a lion or you're a lioness. You just got to believe. And if you commit, you won't recognize who you are because on a development, on your road to getting to the next level, you're going to be something great. Now, surround yourself with people that's going where you're going. Guys, you're going to have to get away from some people. You're going to have to get new friends. You're going to have to keep to yourself and you're going to have to work on you because some people won't want to, they don't want to grow. And you just got to change your surroundings, right? Now, as people start to tell you, no, it's like getting punched by Mike Tyson, right? We know Mike Tyson and Roy Jones did their little fight. It was a draw, but some of you getting hit and it feel like Mike Tyson just knocked you in your head. So guys, when your family members tell you no, just keep moving. It's never no, it's just not right now. Have a farmer's mentality. If they say no, don't take it personal. Just get the no, move on to the next person. You just planted another seed, right? Leadership nugget. Like I said, Attend to all the trainings that you can. Make no excuses, right? Positive up, right? I'm sorry, positive down, negative up. What does that mean? Let's say you're having a challenge. Don't tell your entire downline, tell your upline, and then you make sure you position yourself to get to the next level. Review your vision board and review your goals. And guys, you got to decide to be the one. I'm gonna move on just for the sake of time. Now, here's your schedule, guys. That's how crazy our schedule is right now. See, some of you are afraid of this schedule. We post this in our group and our entire team have this schedule. And some of you are not ready to present, but you will be. So continue to practice. One of the things that changed my business is Friday new agent orientations. I started empowering the new agents. I started making sure they got their activation right with their credit repair. I started making sure they knew how to go field trainer. I stopped just recruiting anybody and start focusing on people who really want to get to the next level. So that's my schedule, right? And these are some of the books I want you guys to invest in. Think and Grow Rich, The Secret, that talks about a lot of law of attraction. And then also, Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Now, this is me, guys. I know some of you are saying to yourself, but Coach Kev, man, I don't have the best car. Look at my car. I used to have a Hyundai Elantra. We walked inside the dealership, guys, and I didn't need my wife for a co-signer to get a brand new Mercedes Benz. And I don't even post this all over social media. I'm just sharing this with you guys. Don't make excuses. Don't look at your car, your past, and say that's the reason why you can't do it. That's the reason why you will do it, right? If you're afraid of how your car look, park far away and walk. I used to do that too. But you got to commit to this because where you want to be is starting right now, but you have to keep going. And when you feel like quitting, remember why you started. This is my family. This is my beautiful wife, Michelle, my legacy, Kevin II, and my beautiful daughter, Kayla. And guys, those are my accountability partners, right? So when I say I'm going to get customers and agents, and my son coming to me, Dad, did you get any customers and agents? And I say, no, I feel like, something hurt my stomach. And you got to make sure you're leading by example. These are some of our teammates, guys. We are blessed by some powerful people around us, man. And we're going to do whatever it takes to make sure these leaders are Pinnacle Senior Vice President. But more importantly, they're going to do whatever it takes they have to do for themselves, because I don't build their business for them. I just help support them, just like my mentor. And I'm going to give a special thanks, and then that'll be it in closing, to Mr. Bruce Lee Rochester, Mr. Alfred Nixon, just for paving the way. And also Mr. Ashton Henry, I can't forget about him for paving the way for us guys, because we're all a part of something great. And you have to understand this is so much more bigger than you. And once you position yourself to help your team, you're going to continue to win. And last, in closing, guys, we have the biggest event coming up in December. I don't care what you have to do. You got to make this event. I don't care where you're going. You got to make this event. I don't care if you got to go to work, you need to call off right now. I don't care who's doing what. And it's virtual. You have to commit to this training. This trainings like this that helped me change my business. I remember when Alfred came down here and we had a Super Saturday training. He said, Coach Kev, I need you to get to this training. I didn't find out the training was like $40, $50 for my wife and I until I got there. I didn't care how much it cost. If you get into the environment, if you connect with the people, if you commit, you're going to be able to get everything that you need. But this training right here, guys, this is going to set your whole life on fire. You will never be the same. Millionaires and billionaires are going to be developed through this one training. Guys, commit. And if I had to leave you with one thing, guys, remember this. Success is not for the chosen few, but for the few who choose. Billy, I'm going to pass it back to you, brother.
Man, oh, man. I think I got, hold on a second. I might need to get added back as a co-host to be able to use my camera. But other than that, man, phenomenal training. I'm just, listening to the whole process, and he covered it all from, the starting off with the bad car. I was having flashbacks of having to park my car far away and go to and walk to the meeting. And like, y'all got to understand, we all went through a process, and I just appreciate Coach Kev bringing the visuals to it so you guys can see the journey. The other piece that was huge too, talking about going from the no sleep phase to the self-doubt phase, and, and having those ups and downs, but every time you go up, is higher and higher each time. And a lot of people are so focused on when it's down. And look, guys, this is the process. And you just had it broke down for you very, very effectively, so you can really understand, set your expectations properly. I don't care who you are, what your background is, how strong you are, or any of that other stuff, how good you are at sales, there's going to be ups and downs. It's called not only business, it's called life. It's ups and downs and everything else, from our jobs, our relationships, our finances, everything else. So this isn't going to be any different. But the people who make it through are the people who have a clear vision and develop a strong mindset to endure all of those challenges, and you'll be just fine. And so thank you, Coach Kev. This week is Go Pro. It is going down. He's absolutely right. All of us that were there at Go Pro last year in December, every single person that went with us, their businesses have taken off. Some of them were already vice presidents and their businesses multiplied by 5 or 10x just since last December, 12 months ago. So the investment is worth it. $397 to get access to that kind of environment is just insane. I mean, yeah. So with that said, we got one more trainer before we wrap up tonight. I want to go ahead and bring her on to talk about another tool that's another powerful way that you can go out there and get more people attracted to your business. She's a vice president herself and has been able to leverage a platform that I think a lot of people might be interested in using a lot more. You're probably already using it, but not using it as effective as you can to build your FES business. So with that said, help me welcome on our last trainer of the evening, Vice President Tiffany Renee. Are you on with us?
I am here. I'm here, Billy Scott. Thank you so much for your leadership, for always just handling the trainings for us every Monday. I mean, if I could personally send you a gold MVP trophy, I would, because you definitely kill it. And so I just want to appreciate you for your leadership. I got to give it back to Coach Kev, guys. You know, Coach Kev has been a critical component in my success. He doesn't even know it. When Coach Kev met me, he met me at the meetings where we used to give the public PBRs. And guess what? He said, share your testimony. And I started sharing my testimony. He said, you're really powerful. You should start presenting. And he started inviting me to present with him on his calls. Eventually, I got to a point where I started taking the confidence in presenting for myself. But just to give a little background about myself, guys, I actually come from a collegiate background, went to college, moved down to South Florida, was laid off in that transition, guys, 6 months after my relocation. And I got into bartending and waitressing because I was like, you know, I don't like corporate America. This doesn't work. And so as a bartender waitress, I became a realtor. And as a realtor, I thought I made it. I said, I'm going to be that millionaire realtor like HGTV. And guess what, guys? That wasn't the case. Why? Because there wasn't enough qualified people that I had access to. And so in one of my frustrating real estate deals that I lost about a $60,000 commission because somebody's credit dropped due to a divorce from a 750 to a 450. A young lady introduced me to FES, and it has been a game changer ever since, guys. And so I've been building this FES business now for over 2 years. I like to say now that I'm confidently a bartender, from bartending to now vice president. And guys, let me just tell you something. I was so anxious to leave bartending, and I didn't know how. I didn't know what I was going to do. And so I remember venting my frustrations to my team, venting my frustrations to Coach Kev. And he's like, listen, you're working 2-3 jobs at once. Like, there were times I was working 2 and 3 bars at the same time in the same week, and they didn't even know that I was bouncing around bar to bar. I was just trying to make it. And so COVID happened, and I said, man, what am I going to do now? The bar is closed. I don't want to show houses in real estate because I don't want to be around people. What am I going to do to grow my business? And at the time, at the entry of COVID, guys, I was actually a demoted regional sales director. And I was like, what am I going to do to drive my business? And I started doing research. And one of the ladies that stood out to me in history is Madam CJ Walker. You know, she actually is the first documented millionaire, guys. She was a self-made millionaire selling hair products that she created. She created an empire of 20,000 agents in 1918, guys, and she did that on foot. She did that with no access to the internet. So I'm like, wow, if someone in 1918 can build a business on foot through newspapers, through word of mouth, to grow to 20,000 reps, to the point where she is a documented millionaire, to a point that here we are in 2020, her products are still selling through Sephora, where she has a legacy. What excuse do I have? I got to figure this out. And so I started, really, really investing my time in learning Facebook and learning Instagram. And I said, you know what? There's something that we're not using that I think is powerful. And what I found to be very powerful that we're not using is LinkedIn. And so I was like, how can I attack the LinkedIn market? Because we're saturating Facebook, we're saturating Instagram, right? We're just learning TikTok, but there's something very special about LinkedIn, guys. So my training is definitely going to be about how you can actually grow on LinkedIn. So let me just share my screen with you. I won't take up too much of your time, guys, but I just want to share some nuggets with you about LinkedIn. So LinkedIn has been around for 18 years. Social traffic comes from LinkedIn. Sorry, guys. Can you guys still see my screen? Billy, can you see my screen?
No, we can't see it right now.
Okay, hold on. I got to come back in and share my screen. I don't know what happened here. As soon as I hit share. Okay, guys, I don't know what's going on with my screen. 1 second. Can you hear me though?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you and see you, just couldn't see the screen.
Okay. It's fine. I can move on without sharing my screen. I have a co-host that's going to help me out here. So guys, I got into LinkedIn, but let me just tell you something about LinkedIn. LinkedIn, you're able to connect with sales. You're able to connect with professionals, right? LinkedIn is very unique. These people that do LinkedIn, they're on there because they want to share their they want to share their resume publicly. They want to look for a job. They want to boast about an increase in their job. They want to highlight their accomplishments professionally. So they engage with like-minded professionals. And so I said, what is it that we're missing in our business? Because oftentimes we're running shout outs, we're running giveaways, we're running ads, and we have no control over the type of people that we are attracting. And we can admit that we get very frustrated by not attracting enough professional type of people. And so when I started digging into LinkedIn, I said, wow, I actually have access to reach people that went to college, reach people that care about their career, reach people that actually highlight their industry professions. And guess what? I'm able to actually see all of their accomplishments so that I can understand how to build rapport with them by connecting with them, by celebrating their success and asking them, hey, what's next for you? I get to celebrate them by saying, I see that you've been on this job for 5-6 years, but what's next? I can ask them, I noticed you went to college. Do you have any debt? So it's just a platform where I can actually reach people to join the business, or reach people to dig into, maybe they need their credit fixed, maybe they want to buy a home. Another great tool for LinkedIn is that you can actually blog on LinkedIn. There's not enough people that are sharing information on LinkedIn. Again, Facebook and Instagram is saturated, but people that come on LinkedIn are looking for content. And so you can dig into your credit builder and you can drop your info. Maybe you want to talk about divorce and credit, and through that you drop in what is your UCES, the drip campaign on them back to your portal. It's just so much you can do. But what really was the game changer for my LinkedIn approach was, I said, okay, I need to reach more people, because on LinkedIn you have the option to connect with people where you ask them to be their friend. So when you ask someone to be their friend, you have to send them a reason as to why you want to connect with them. You can't just DM somebody. LinkedIn only gives you about 5 DMs that you can send, but you can connect to as many people as you so choose. And so I met with a friend who told me about a platform that gave me access to connect with over 3,000 people per month, guys. I'm able to connect with over 100 people per day in less than 2 minutes. So what I was able to do was I was able to attach an extension to my Chrome browser and set up campaigns so that I can target the audience that I want to target by industry, by job, by education, by location. And guess what? I can blast out over 100 connection requests with a very short message to start attracting engagement. So as I fix my situation on this side, I actually have the CEO of the company that created that extension called SyncUp. And what he's going to do is he's going to share with you how you can actually utilize this portal to grow your business by reaching more than enough people, more leads than you can even count on. So without further ado, Mr. Josh, you here with us?
I am. Can you guys hear me?
We can.
Thanks so much for having me. Appreciate it, Tiffany. And yeah, I mean, background, I got connected with Tiffany and she started telling me about the FES business. And I said, are you guys utilizing LinkedIn? And she said, no, actually, a lot of the agents, I don't even know if they know what LinkedIn is or if they even have an account. And I said, well, you know, there's an entire platform of 750 million users that, as Tiffany was saying, are educated, that you guys can target by university, that you can target by profession, that you can target by location, that you can target by so many different variables. And I said, what else are you doing to promote your business? And she said, well, we do a lot of webinars, we do a lot of this, a lot of that. I said, well, why wouldn't you target this towards a lot of these professionals on LinkedIn and promote these webinars? Or like what Coach Kev was saying, I forgot the acronym, but all of those different presentations, right? It's a huge platform filled with professionals that have money to spend, that want to fix credit, that you can actually reach. The problem with it is that it takes a lot of time to achieve any scale. And so rather than tell you guys about, you know, me personally, I'll tell you a little bit more about what SyncUp can do for you guys. I think that that would probably be more interesting. The whole point of why we built SyncUp was basically to, it was actually for the enterprises. So it was for your Amazons, and Salesforce uses it, and Oracles, and, you know, the behemoths of the world, for their sales reps to basically be able to reach more prospects, more CIOs, more VPs, et cetera, and say, hey, check out our cloud, check out our technology, et cetera, et cetera. And then we realized that there's so many startups out there that actually could benefit from this. And instead of us just partnering with Salesforce and Amazon and all of these huge companies and, you know, growing our business to where it is now, you know, let's really focus on education and how we can help startups and help agents and help people reach, you know, a ton more. So Tiffany and I basically got together, and if I share my screen, let's see, can you guys see this, my LinkedIn?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So the first thing that we did was I wanted to understand the FES business. So anytime, whenever you guys sign up, you have to fill out like the company form, right? So you'll all have access to training videos specifically for FES. We put together documentation on how you find the right target audience. We put together documents on how do you build the right LinkedIn profile, all these different types of tips. We put together documents on how do you structure your outreach, what do you say, how do you filter for different people, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. For sake of time, you know, we won't go through these all now, but you're going to get a whole ton of resources that we've customized precisely for FES and for your business. So you can start reaching out to people much faster and much easier. And the way that it works is very simple. So LinkedIn, basically you have your premium LinkedIn that looks like this. And then you have another type of LinkedIn that's called Sales Navigator, like this. You have to pick one or the other. I personally recommend Sales Navigator. It is more expensive, so that's something that you guys can, you know, decide for yourselves. But you get an entire variety of different filters on how you can find prospects and how you can find leads outside of the network that you're already in, right? So anything from your geo to different industries to companies that they work at, right? Like if there are certain companies that you want to target, do you want to go after enterprises, right? Company headcounts. Do you want to go after self-employed people? Do you want to go after, you know, middle-sized companies? Do you want to go after, you know, what kind of company type? Private companies, public companies, government agencies. You can reach so many different people so precisely here. And just for sake of, let's just say that we want to reach out to people who went to my alma mater, which is Penn State. And we'll just leave it at that. I mean, there's 430,000 people, and let's say we wanted to keep it in the United States, right? So we'll get to 410. So basically, instead of me going one by one, what I would do is open up the SyncUp extension. I can make a campaign and call it Penn State University. I could say, okay, let me bring in 2,000 people. And what I'll be able to do is actually bring in all of these people from LinkedIn into the SyncUp platform. And then basically, we won't wait for them all to load. From the back end, what I can do, they're all going to start to load into here. I could say, pretend that, you know, there's Mariano, there's going to be someone else that comes into here in a second. You know, it'll take like 5 minutes for it all to come. But let's say I wanted to reach out to 145, right? And say, you know, hey, first name, it'll automatically fill it in. I saw that you went to PSU. You know, we are. Saw that you are positioned. It'll fill in like what they're currently doing in their title. You know, was wondering if you wanted to attend our next webinar. Tiffany can work with you guys all on the structuring of the messaging and stuff like that. We have it all tailored in the documentation, the folder that you guys get. But I could take this and literally in 2 clicks, send it to 145 people. And then I can automate it even more with this function called workflow. And I can have it be done for me automatically on a frequency once every day, only work days, only weekends. I want it to be maybe Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. We do Penn State. We'll do another one Tuesday, Thursday for a different school. And I can have it be completely automated for me. So the power, I guess, in this tool is definitely there, right? And then it's just up to you guys to basically figure out the audience, figure out the messaging that works. You get a lot of statistics, you get a lot of analytics that we give you on what messaging resonates with what audience, right? There's a lot of artificial intelligence and stuff like that in here as well. So for example, if I had a meeting coming up with a potential prospect, I can go to their LinkedIn profile, I can open up SyncUp, and let's say, you know, someone saw the message and was like, yeah, I'm interested, right? I could press on personality, and we actually use a technology, it's called artificial intelligence. We'll predict with at minimum 87% accuracy who this person is. So you can get 28 different characteristics on who this person is, what characteristics, right? Is this person going to be a talker? Is this person going to be more laid back? Do we want to ask them more questions? Do we want to be more direct? Do they like a process? Do they like a structure? Do they like it more free form? Like, who is this person, right? And then you can actually choose an action like call if you want to make your pitch, if you want to make a good impression, if you want to talk about pricing, whatever it is that you want to do. And the artificial intelligence, that's the name of the technology behind this, will actually give you some things to say, do, and not do based on each prospect, so you can have a better conversation every single time. So that's the platform we build. That's a little bit about SyncUp. I mean, yeah, it comes with, yeah, everyone can try it. It comes with a 5-day free trial. I mean, I personally work more, you know, with the executives at Oracle and your Amazons and Salesforces. So that's where I spend a lot of my time. But Tiffany was telling me about the company and about the training and about the audience that was going to be on here. So I said, I definitely will make sure to make it a priority to get this on the calendar and come on and show up. And the last thing I'll say, irrelevant of SyncUp, is, I mean, I've just been sitting here listening to the rest of the leaders on this call and just have been amazed. I mean, personally, I'm 24 years old, but the point of the matter is, if you listen to Coach Kev or Amanda or Billy Scott or Tiffany or Ashton or Alfred, I mean, every single one of them, there's a common theme. And the common theme is that every single one of them struggled. Every one of them are talking about, you know, when they had the Hyundai, or when they worked 2 jobs, or Tiffany bartending, or this or that. So if you're thinking that you're the only one that's struggling, that has challenges and has this and has that, I mean, you know, look at everybody up here, right? So to me, that was the most powerful thing that I took away from this call, and the number one common theme. And one of Coach Kev's illustrations of that chart of like the up and down with the different emojis, I mean, that was just spot on. I can tell you, running a multi-million-dollar business, that's life, right? That's how it works. So appreciate it, and you know, thank you for having me on, and just honored to be able to be with you guys all tonight. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Josh. So guys, I'm going to try to share my screen again. I don't know why my Zoom is not cooperating, but we're going to try this again, because I just want to show you guys real life how this has actually been able to help me. I don't know. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, we can. It says it's sharing, but it's black. Like
It's
something
black.
loading, maybe.
I don't know what's going on here. All right, let's try this one last time. See what's going on. All right, can you guys see my screen?
Boom, there it is.
All right, so Good. So guys, basically the way this works is, say for example, I want to come in here and I want to make a campaign about for realtors, right? So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to type realtor, and I'm going to realtor, can I spell today? So I'm going to type realtor and people. So what this is going to do is it's going to load up. Oh no, this is not my friend today. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah, we can see it.
All right. We're having, okay, so I put in realtor. From here, guys, I can actually switch into realtors and people, and then I can choose the location. So I'm gonna choose Miami, Florida. Look at that. We have one of our FES reps, Miss Sasha, that's on here. So if I wanna come in here and make a campaign, I just go to my sync up connection. I'm gonna click the campaign I wanna run. So I'm gonna click realtor, and it's going to, I want to pull from this 48,000 list of Miami realtors, I want to pull 100 people. So I'm going to do is I'm going to load the profile of 100 people. And so it's about to start loading, and we're not going to wait for it as Josh was showing, but then I'm going to go in here and I'm going to go into my connect. So with my connect, I can set up my campaign. So what I'm going to do is for my realtors, I have a campaign title that says New Year, New Real Estate Clients. I'm going to select all, and then I'm going to choose my realtor to campaign. So what this will show you is I've already been running a real estate campaign, but from on the right hand side of my screen, these are all of the people that I have not touched yet. And on the left hand side, as you can see, the messages have been sent. Okay, so I'm just going to come in here. So say, for example, I'm going to show you how I was able, one example, to pull someone from here. It was today that we talked. So this is Juan. So basically, look at how people connect. So Juan, I wrote him, I said, hey, I came across your profile, super impressed with your history in real estate over the years. I'm looking to add more skilled individuals such as yourself to my network. I'm not trying to close him. I'm just trying to connect with him. I just want him in my network. He says, I'm happy to connect, Tiffany. And then he goes into a long detail about the fact that he just finished a major project of 8 months. He says, Tiffany, take me as very serious candidate for any job opening your company may have in South Florida, or anything I can do from a home office. And he's like, just so you know, I'm brilliant. And so I gave him my pitch, guys. They want you to talk to them. You can't just one word these people. You got to really engage with them. You got to give them like full statements of who you are, what is it that you do, and why you're connecting with them, and how you can add value to their life. And so basically, guys, I asked him, was he available for my Zoom call tonight? He said, sure. I sent him the link. He came to the Zoom. And I said, please confirm that you were intending to see you soon. So guys, I do this all day. I get more leads than I can even handle through this. I mean, look, it's 10 o'clock and there's still leads still shooting out. This is Miss Hayden. She says, hey, happy to connect. This is Eduardo, happy to connect. I mean, it's just, I mean, leads on top of leads on top of leads on top of leads. You'll also see people that have this title on their page. Let's look up Aaron. So Aaron, look, there's people on here seeking opportunities. He says actively seeking new opportunities, guys. This is a huge recruiter pool. What you have to understand in corporate America, the end of the year, December and January, are major layoffs or major promotions. Now we just came out of COVID. Well, we're still in COVID, right? And so there's going to be a lot of people with this headline on their LinkedIn looking for an opportunity, which means that's just that many more people that we can connect with. And you can go in here and you can figure out what they're about. You can see, you know, their experience, their work history. You can see what school they went to. Oh, he went to college. He went to West Virginia University. He probably has some debt, right? He has some licenses and certifications. You just get to know who these people are so that you can target them effectively. And as Josh said, so say, for example, I don't know what to say to someone like Aaron. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to pull up my sync up connection, and this has Aaron. And so I want to know more about him. Hold on. So I'm just going to select that he's a marketer, and I just want to know more about him. So what this is going to do for me is this is going to pull up information so I know how to engage with him, how to talk to him. That's loading, it's taking too long. So, and I can show you here. this is Aaron. I gave him my pitch. Hey, I came across your profile, super impressed with your history and administration. My pitch is the same for everyone. I just changed their job title. And he says, hey, thank you for reaching out. Happy to connect. He says, I have been actively interviewing. He's letting me know that he's actively looking for an opportunity, guys. And this is just what I do. And so, as you know, Billy Scott says, as Alfred would say, as Bruce Lee Rochester would say, it's all about the leads. We got to have a lot of activity of leads coming into our business so that we can sort through who's going to sign up as a customer, who's going to join us in business. And what I would say is, guys, leverage the fact that we have social media. You know, it's the holidays. This is the perfect time for us to go out there and connect with everybody by simply just saying, hey, happy holidays. What are you and your family planning to do? Like, you don't have to just dive into the bag, right? You got to secure the bag by getting to know them first. And so go back into people you went to high school with, reach out to those people in college, find a few professional groups on Facebook, on LinkedIn that you can engage with just to meet more people, because now is the time where people are seeking an opportunity to change their lives, because we're about to go into 2021. People don't want to repeat 2020, right? And so I encourage you guys, take advantage of all of those platforms. As Billy would say, as Coach Kev would say, try to target 100 people a day. You might say, wow, my mind is blank. I don't know where to get 100 people from. Well, let's try this. Okay, there's my call to action for all of you. Take 25 people on Facebook and write a message to them. Ask them to do a trial run for you. Take 25 people on Instagram. Build rapport with them. Ask them to repost your business. Take another 25 people on Twitter. Ask them to write a post for you on Twitter, and then go out there and take 25 people to 100 people on LinkedIn. Guys, before you know it, you have reached over 100 people every single day, maximizing our social media networks that we have access to. So COVID is no excuse as to why we can't grow our business. The holidays is no excuse as to why we can't grow our business. For the reasons that you think that you can't grow your business, need to be the reasons that you do, because the opportunities are here for us and it's so accessible, and we can really 10x this thing. So guys, let's close out this 4-week, well, it's the beginning of the fourth week of the 5th week, guys. Let's go hard. Let's go build those connections. Let's go find people to build rapport with. Let's drip on them. Let's share with them our business platform. Let's share with them the services that we have that can change their lives. And let's not make any excuses, guys. Commit to 100 reaches a day. I promise you, you run through the numbers, by default, you're going to get to that next goal that you're trying to get to. You're going to have that check that you'd like to have. You're going to get to that next title eventually. So with that being said, that's my time. And I just want to thank Mr. Alfred Nixon for allowing me to share this tool with all of you. I want to thank Josh, CEO of SyncUp, for coming on here. Oh, and just so you know, guys, the Sales Navigator tool, you can actually sign up for that for free for 30 days. So get on LinkedIn and get yourself on a Sales Navigator. It's 30 days. We got 2 more weeks of the 5-week volume. Why not try the Sales Navigator for free, right? And then with SyncUp, guys, it's really inexpensive. It only costs me $19.99 a month. $19.99 a month to reach 3,000 plus people in a month, guys. It's a game changer. And I know Josh, he's giving us the opportunity to try it out for free. So you guys can definitely try out SyncUp for 5 days for free. Let's try it out this week and see what kind of leads we can generate. And you decide if you want to keep it going or not. So this is just what I wanted to share with you. The website is syncupcrm.com. I'll drop it in the chat in a second. Hopefully you guys found value. Billy Scott, back to you.
Wow. Okay, my camera's working too. Man, phenomenal training. Thank you so much. Listen, LinkedIn is huge, and I'm gonna tell you guys why, and you guys can look out in the chat for the links to drop. But I talked about it earlier about how sometimes people who come in and have already had certain skill sets or even mindset have the tendency to grow faster as long as they come in, go to work, follow the system. And LinkedIn is a pool of those people, those professionals. They already have professional development, personal development. Like you bring up books like Rich Dad Poor Dad, a lot of them have already read it already, right? So this is just a phenomenal platform. When you look at our system and you look at the skills that it takes to build a successful network marketing business, the one area you can get creative in, you don't want to get too creative when it comes, start changing things when it comes to, how to do a presentation or how to do, certain things in the system. But the one area that you can get creative is how to get leads, okay? And we've already had phenomenal, I know Hanzo's gonna master this by tomorrow. But we've had phenomenal trainers that have already mastered Instagram and shout outs and ads and Facebook and trial runs and now LinkedIn. We even have folks, you know, Hanzo does a great training on how to leverage YouTube, right? But now LinkedIn, I know some of us were using it, but probably not the most efficient way by having, you know, a system like SyncUp attached to your plan. And so appreciate you guys coming on and breaking it down, showing us visually. I would absolutely, and again, if what you're doing currently is working, you don't want to stop doing what you're doing that's working to try something new. Be very careful of, you know, getting caught up of idea of the week. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's something that, let's say you're already somebody who uses LinkedIn, this would be very natural for you to just add to your rhythm of using LinkedIn to get more leads. Or if what you're not doing is working, you know, then obviously this is something you can tap into, but I would definitely encourage you to at least look into it, take advantage of the 5-day promotion. And it's only $20. That's just crazy. That's ridiculous, right? So with that said, guys, I appreciate you all tuning in to VP University. We will be back next Monday, but this week is Go Pro. All roads lead to Go Pro. That is the name of the game right now. I'm telling you, those of you that will be in attendance with us, type a 2 in the chat if you are already registered, locked in for Go Pro. Type a 2 in the chat. By the way, if you have not followed the steps in the emails they sent you, you will not be in Go Pro until you execute those steps. So you should have gotten emails from Go Pro telling you to claim your ticket. Registering gets you a ticket, but claiming the ticket is what gets your spot in the Zoom room so you can actually tune in. So make sure you've claimed your ticket, and then also that you've done your tech check. The tech check is where you log in, and it gives you, once you go into the dashboard, it gives you access to the tech check, which just walks you through a 5.5-minute video of instructions of how to use the platform, which is basically all the Zoom features. So everything goes seamless once Friday gets here, okay? So get registered. If you don't know how to register for the event, reach out to your support team. They'll give you the link to get registered for the proper Zoom room, and you will be set to go for this weekend, Friday through Saturday.
We don't know how to set it up. So if you could do it.
Sorry, I heard a little bit. Okay, awesome. With that said, guys, have a great rest of the week. Let's crush it this week. See you at Go Pro. See you next week on Monday. Have a good one. See you over the top.